Oh my gosh, under a mantle of crispy parmesan is that fresh tomato puree, bright and acidic. Those stuffed shells. You are gonna go bonkers when you taste this summertime pasta. You ready? Let's do it. So the first thing that we have to do with this timeless classic is cut our squash, slice our onions, start caramelizing those, and start simmering our squash. Gold bar squash, one at a time, in oblique shapes. Do you see how that is? Just keep twisting your knife so you get these oblique shapes. And the zucchini, same time and at the same way. Just make some oblique cuts. Now, I had 7 gold bar squash and zucchini, and I'm gonna use 5 medium-sized yellow onions to go with that. I kind of take care of one task all at the same time with onions. Helps me from getting bored, but it also allows me to keep my cutting board relatively productive. Peel off the outer layer. Little handheld slicers, I have a lot of them. I have a bunch of water on a high flame, and I'm getting it nice and salty. I want it to taste like seawater. It's like cooking pasta. We're boiling into the hot water. Let it return to a simmer and cook it for 4 or 5 minutes. That's all. Big skillet, medium-high heat, about a 1/4 cup of olive oil. And when that becomes aromatic and rippling, we add our onions. This is rippling and hot. First, we'll let these cook for a couple minutes. Stir them, get some caramelization going. I like to season my onions with a little bit of salt to draw the moisture out so I get some nice caramelization. These have been simmering for 4 or 5 minutes. Kill the heat, we'll hold on to that water. Nice large pot. In goes our squash. Look at that. No water, no water. I mean, these are basically just cooked through. You can toss these in brown butter and salt and eat them, but it's the stewing part that's so important. That long-term cooking with those onions is gonna blow your mind. Now I can smell the sugars from the onions hitting the bottom of that pan. It smells like it's starting to caramelize. I haven't touched this, haven't moved it. But look at that, see? And that's what we're looking for. Now I want this to taste of squash, butter, salt, pepper, and onions. But while I resist temptation to add any herbs or anything that's gonna interfere with that, sometimes you finish it with a little bit of lemon juice just to brighten it. I have a lot of garlic from the farmer's market, so I'm just gonna add 4 cloves of chopped garlic because that's gonna just get sweet and nutty in there. Meanwhile, the onions are softening. I have these over a nice medium heat. This is just the 2nd time that I've stirred this. I cook for a total of about 9 or 10 minutes. Some people think the best smell in the world is chocolate chip cookies in the oven. I happen to think it's caramelized onions. All right, pot, cooked squash, garlic. Tilt your onion pan. Get every drop of onion and that onion infused oil. Look at the color of those onions, perfect. Give it a stir. And I have that over a medium-ish to low flame. And then this is the important part. 4 tablespoons of butter. and you let that stew for about a half an hour, 40 minutes over low heat. Now, we had salt in the water for the squash. We had salt in the onions, but we're just going to now season them together appropriately. I'm adding a generous amount of freshly ground black pepper. So after about 40 minutes of total cooking time, you can put this into a serving bowl. This is stewed onions and summer squash. That's it. Little salt and pepper, little butter, little olive oil. That's it. And when I tell you this is a flavor bomb like no other, trust me, it's gonna literally blow your mind. Oh my. I mean, I'll tell you something, I can't stop making it. And I can't stop eating it. This stuff is insane. What you do with the leftovers is even crazier and better. So here's the deal. I've been making so much of this stuff, I had a lot of leftover. And quite frankly, my family was sick and tired of seeing it show up at every single meal. So I cooked a little bit of pasta, a handful, and I mixed equal parts and just tossed in some cheese, and it was simply heaven. It was delicious, so comforting. And I thought to myself, this was very casual and quick. What could I do to plus that sucker up? And you know what? I devised a way. Stuffed shells. So I thought to myself, what if I seasoned my leftover squash and stuffed them into those jumbo shells? And then I put some extra parm on top and I threw it in the oven. It was good. But when I grated some tomatoes over the top of it, just enough to glaze it and to cook the noodle a little bit more, and I got that acidity going from the tomato, bowl, grater, the big holes, tomatoes from the farm stand. And what I want to do is I just want to grate the tomato and keep grating, and something magical happens. Fresh tomato puree. So I do 2 of those. Wild Sicilian oregano, salt, olive oil. So I just want to make sure that all these pieces are going to be easy to stuff into the pasta. And I'm going to take about half a cup of cut pieces of parm. I did these with a vegetable peeler. All right, so that's about 1/4 cup. This mixture is seasoned. This mixture is seasoned. Now we gotta cook our noodles. Remember the water that I fished that squash out of? Yep. It's got all that flavor. We just want to cook these so that they're soft enough that I can open them up with my fingers. We'll let those cook for about 5-6 minutes and give them a check. So I'm just going to tilt these out of here and into my bowl. I have my oval baking dish, and I'm just gonna add a little olive oil there. That way the pasta won't stick. And then all I do is I take a spoonful of this mixture and place it into the shell. And I'm gonna fill this up and stick it next to that one. I'm just gonna take the barest amount, just laying this around, and then we just take some of this because we want it to get melty and cheesy and bubbly. Look at that. Just glisten the top, it'll help brown. This is gonna go in a 425-degree oven. I mean, everything is really cooked. I just need 10-12 minutes in there for the pasta to cook the rest of the way, those juices to come out, the cheese to brown, maybe 15 minutes. That's all it's gonna take. But of course, what everybody really cares about, and frankly, flavor is everything, is how does it taste? It's the best summertime pasta there is.